The soul is placed in the body like a rough diamond, and must be polished, or the luster of it will never appear. Fear of danger is 10,000 times more terrifying than danger itself. Thus fear of danger is 10,000 times more terrifying than danger itself. I saw the cloud, though I did not foresee the storm. Those people cannot enjoy comfortably what God has given them because they see and covet what He has not given them. All of our discontents for what we want appear to me to spring from one of thankfulness for what we have. Thus we never see the true state of our condition till it is illustrated to us by its contraries, nor know how to value what we enjoy, but by the want of it. I hear much of people's calling out to punish the guilty, but very few are concerned to clear the innocent. Today we love what tomorrow we hate. Today we seek what tomorrow we shun. Today we desire what tomorrow we fear. Nay, even tremble at the apprehensions of. All our discontents about what we want appeared to me to spring from the want of thankfulness for what we have. He that hath truth on his side is a fool as well as a coward if he is afraid to own it because foe other men's opinions. For sudden joys, like griefs, confound at first. All evils are to be considered with the good that is in them, and with what worse attends them. And I add this part here, to hint to whoever shall read it, that whenever they come to a true sense of things, they will find deliverance from sin a much greater blessing than deliverance from affliction. I know not what to call this, nor will I urge that it is a secret, overruling decree, that hurries us on to be the instruments of our own destruction, even though it be before us, and that we rush upon it with our eyes open. 'Tis very strange men should be so fond of being wickeder than they are. I am giving an account of what was, not of what ought or ought not to be. It is better to have a lion at the head of an army of sheep than a sheep at the head of an army of lions. This grieved me heartily, and now I saw, though too late, the folly of beginning a work before we count the cost, and before we judge rightly of our own strength to go through with it. Nature has left this tincture in the blood, that all men would be tyrants if they could. He looked a little disordered, when he said this, but I did not apprehend anything from it at that time, believing as it is to be said, that they who do those things never talk of them, or that they who talk of such things never do them. When kings the sword of justice first lay down, they are no kings, though they possess the crown. Titles are shadows, crowns are empty things. The good of subjects is the end of kings. The best of men cannot defend their fate, the good die early, the bad die late. If a young woman once thinks herself handsome, she never doubts the truth of any man that tells her he is in love with her, for if she believes herself charming enough to captive him, 'tis natural to expect the effects of it. Man is a short-sighted creature, sees but a very little way before him, and as his passions are none of his best friends, so his particular affections are generally his worst counselors. It is as reasonable to represent one kind of imprisonment by another as it is to represent anything that really exists by that which exists not. Wait on the Lord, and be of good cheer, and He shall strengthen thy heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. If you have regard to your future happiness, any view of living comfortably with a husband, any hope of preserving your fortunes or restoring them after any disaster, never, ladies, marry a fool. Any husband rather than a fool. With some other husband you may be unhappy, but with a fool you will be miserable. Call on me in the day of trouble, and I will deliver, and thou shalt glorify me. Wherever God erects a house of prayer, the devil always builds a chapel there, and 'twill be found upon examination the latter has the largest congregation. Books are useful only to such whose genius are suitable to the subject of them. My father, a wise and grave man, gave me serious and excellent counsel against what he foresaw was my design. And of all the plagues with which mankind are cursed, ecclesiastic tyranny's the worst. But how just it has been! And how should all men reflect, that when they compare their present conditions with others that are worse, heaven may oblige them to make the exchange, and be convinced of their former felicity by their experience. I rather wished for their ruin, than studied to avoid it. In the first place, I was removed from all the wickedness of the world here. I had neither the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye, or the pride of life. I had nothing to covet, for I had all that I was now capable of enjoying.